Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Sharing a Drink with Matt, the album reviews. Today I'm having a chat with Marc Welsh, singer, drummer, guitarist, bass guitarist, visual artist and songwriter. Marc, in his illustrious career, has played in bands such as Asylum, Festa Fanatics, Have a Nice Day, King's Cross, Soda Racer and Starword, to name a few. Today we're talking about Marc Catweasel, the Welshman, and his solo career. How are you, Marc? How are you, mate?
Hi, Matthew.
Finally.
I've got the microphone going, but no picture now. Hang on. Oh, there you are.
Yeah, I've got your picture.
And what's that? Oh, yeah, that's your logo.
Yeah.
Got it.
Great to have you on the show, mate.
That was a challenge.
Oh, tell me about it.
Fucking technology.
Yeah. Tell me about it. So, you've been doing solo stuff since about 2013, yeah?
Since about the first solo album, 2012. After that Asylum reunion in 2010, when all the what was his name? The MS benefits. Shit, I should know this. So there was a lot of the old 80s bands from Sydney and Melbourne that got invited to play at those gigs. The Sydney Uni was a big one, and they had a big one in Melbourne at the Espy, Monster Sessions.
Oh, okay.
And a lot of those bands obviously had broken up in the late 80s. Anyway, we were one of them. And yeah, they were just unreal. And it really got me. I kind of stopped playing a little bit to focus on learning how to tattoo and make some money and create my artwork and stuff. And then when we did the rehearsals and the gigs for those shows, I just started writing, and I was kind of playing at home. And I've been playing on and off with a couple of little fun dress-up cover bands. The Accidents were probably the best one of those, with a few cool different people. And then
you were in Tokyo B for a while there too, weren't you?
Well, that was here. That's back on the Gold Coast last year. Yep. Up until about February, March. That was fun, just sort of playing bass, having fun. But yeah, I like to keep writing and keep doing things and being creative, and they're kind of set in their ways, and by their own admission, they're kind of like a hobby band. They've been around a long time, but I like to keep doing new stuff, and they didn't want to write with me, basically. Yeah. So that was it. Ciao. I had to keep. Yeah. So that's why I got a new album. I've already got a new album done and recorded. So
yeah,
looking forward to that. I've just got the single out now, Sideways in Circles. That's the main single. That's just 2 minutes and 13 of new wave punk pop.
Yeah, I didn't want to assume. What's that song all about?
The Sideways one?
Yeah.
Well, lyrically, I just met this bird up here because I moved back after 33 years in Melbourne, and after lockdowns and all the crap. So I'm like, I've had it with Melbourne, I'm done. So moved back here and met this at a wake, actually. Met this woman, and had a bit of a relationship with her. And as rocky and as up and down and roller coastery as it is dating a crazy narcissistic, chain to the bong, self-medicating, gambling kind of fun girl, there's plenty of songs in it. So that's where the lyrics come from. Recent mental anguish of just, it's hard for anyone to get out of the rut, the cycle and the circles and the same behaviours, like say one thing, do another. I'm getting off that. I'm doing this. No, it's not. And then the next day it's back to the same, It's hard to unlearn behaviours, and, everyone's got baggage, but it knocked me around, that one. It was about 4 or 5 months of passion and intensity, but then a lot of mental anguish.
Yeah.
The roller, the ups and downs of. So that song came from that.
Yeah. Relationships are a great soundtrack.
Look, plenty of people, a lot of great songs just come from heartache or trouble or drama. You don't get too many. Pop music is for fun. You know, everything's wonderful and rosy, which I don't mind writing a nice upbeat song, but generally the cool ones are from something with a bit more substance or a bit more drama.
Yeah.
For me, it's therapeutic. For me, I get stuff out in my songs, you know.
Oh, of course. So in the studio, like as a solo artist, do you get full reign on what you actually want and how you want to?
I'm a fair to poor to just an average drummer. So I've been working with Venom, who's been in every cool fucking Sydney thrash band and every great rock band. I mean, he was in Electric Mary, who they're a rock band, but they were quite successful. I think they're still going now, but he was in that original lineup for 14 years, and they toured the States and Europe and stuff a few times.
Yep.
And he's a world-class drummer. So I've recorded with him every single record I've made since 2012. He's my drummer. So I flew him up to Queensland here for this new record because we just worked so, you know, we played together in Festive Fanatics and King's Cross and Star World and like the bands in the late 80s, early 90s. So I played with him for 30 years. So a guy like that, he flew up and learnt the song for the night before, and we had one day's rehearsal, and then we tracked the album. Like, he's just, you know, he's got a good feel. So
yeah.
Otherwise, solo project. So I do everything else. Yeah.
Yeah, I heard you had Fester as a guest on Game Over.
Well, I on side B of that, the vinyl, because vinyl's expensive to make and press up, and the mastering, I like to have it remastered because it didn't come out first time round. That ended up being an expensive indulgence, but it was worth it. And so on side B, I just put a best of solos, all other tracks, and that's an old one of Fester, and I doing a rap of an old Festive Fanatics tune from about 80, 88. I might have been off their first album. Yeah, Cat Weasel Rap, which used to be called Fester Rap. So on side B, there's all bunch of different, the Nigella song, and your dog wants to be part of the interview. He wants to chat to you.
Oh, it's the dog next door. It's pissing me off.
Dogs Next Door. I think that was a band from the 80s. Dogs Next Door.
If not, it should have been.
Dogs in Space or something. Yeah, that was the movie. Yeah. But yeah, the vinyl was cool. It's good to have something on vinyl after all these years. Well, I hadn't made any vinyl since 91 or something when we were with Mushroom. We had the luxury or the rarity of having that first Haven't I Stay album out on cassette, on vinyl, and on CD, because it was right when that changeover was coming between, everything was still on vinyl, and then suddenly CDs hit. If you remember that, when Rat Cat released that $5 Tingles thing, it just sold like hotcakes because people were like, cool, this is only $5, and how poppy is it? I mean, I love Rat Cat. Early Rat Cat's fucking superb. I remember it just sold like wildfire. The timing was perfect with that for them.
Yeah, I think Matt Day ruined Rat Cat.
Simon Day was the singer and songwriter and guitar player.
Yeah.
Who's Matt Day?
I think Matt Day he popped in there for a bit.
Oh, okay.
Remember they played at the cafe on Home and Away years and years and years. Yeah.
Well, my band with Fiona and Glenn, Haven't I Stay? We played on Flying Doctors, if you remember that fucking show. We played on the Flying Doctors. That was fun.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, through Mushroom, through a major label, and our songs used to be on in the background at Neighbours in the cafe, just in the background, and with publishing, you get okay returns on movie and TV stuff. We were getting good little opportunities for a while. That was good. But yeah.
If you were going to do the score for a movie, what sort of movie would you be looking at? Like, what genre of movie would you
I don't
like
know.
or for?
I could be pretty broad. I don't have a I wouldn't just do a horror movie or whatever. Yeah, it'd be fun. I don't know. Haven't thought about it. I don't think there's any call for me to do anyone's soundtrack coming up. Shortly, I'm going to make the video for the second single, one of the new songs for the "You're My Best Car," which is about my '69 Ford Futura, my XW. So I'm kind of writing the storyboard for that, and we're looking at locations, and I've got this absolute dynamite young, beautiful girl that's going to be the lead role in the clip. So I'm hoping to get some attention just because everyone likes a hot chick in a hot car. So that's the vibe there.
Especially when there's a hot song.
Yeah, well, the song's great. It's kind of like someone said to me, I sent it to a couple of people, and they're like, oh, it's got this kind of ZZ Top boogie. It's rock. But to me, it's got a bit of an Iggy section. It's a bit of an Iggy feel, not Stooges-y, but more kind of mid-period Iggy or late 70s, early 80s. But yeah, that'll be fun. Looking forward to shooting that. Next Tuesday week, I shoot that clip. So excitement.
Have you actually toured as the Welshman? Have you played gigs?
I had a solo band in Melbourne. I had a band. I had Kev that was in Josie Jason and the Argonauts, and he's been in plenty. He runs the Big Thin Lizzy cover band in Melbourne, Live and Dangerous. I had him playing bass. I had Roscoe playing guitar, and I had Venom on drums mostly. So we did a fair few shows here and there. We did shows, but nah. And then look, the last few years you got lockdowns. It was hard to keep a band together, and then they wanted money. They wanted money per gig. Like you get $150 for opening at the Cherry Bar, and the sound guy's $200, and then everyone in the band wants $150 or $200 each. That's like a $600-700 gig. It ain't. We used to get $150 for opening in 1990. That's what pisses me off about venues like the Cherry Bar. Or come on, where does the band or the artist get the especially off a night where there's plenty of ticket sales or one of these tribute nights or whatever. So that's A, it's hard to keep a band together, and B, it costs money to fucking
even Spotify. Someone listens to one of your songs on Spotify, you get 0.000.5.
Yeah.
And it's just, how do you, because you've been doing this for nearly 40 years.
No, for the love of it.
How do you find the internet?
You don't make money out of it.
Yeah. So as the internet, in your opinion, has it been a plus or I
get you. It's been good me personally because I get to keep putting out. I can at least load up my stuff through DistroKid or whatever. It's DistroKid, So I don't have to have a label. Like I don't have to, beg, borrow, and steal. I can just keep doing my thing. I've been thinking about just because you're not successful doesn't mean, commercially that is, or not getting millions of streams or heaps of play, or how do you get on the radio these days? Whatever radio it is. I don't listen to Triple J, but it used to be a vehicle. I guess if you're 20, it's a vehicle for shit, but not for me. So it's cool for me. Like I see myself as a bit of a, not putting myself in the same basket, but like a Greg Sage or that guy from England that's amazing. He has that band Beavis From. They've been going for like fucking 40 years or something. And they're like, I love those guys because they just keep doing great stuff. And you can find it. It's out there, and my stuff's up there. If people run over it or find it, great. But at least the internet, it's good access, and you can get stuff up there and out there. I read somewhere where there's like, I don't know, there's like 100,000 new releases a day or something, on Spotify or whatever it is. Like, there's that much product out there. I mean, it's pretty hard to get through to people, but yeah. No, I think it is. I'm terrible with technology, but I think it's good for music, even though it means everyone just has it for free or they're paying their subscription or whatever.
Yeah.
I like it now to look up stuff and find what I want to listen to. After this, I'll go back to work and I'll put something on that I'll just go, oh yeah, I'll play that third Gang of Four record that I never got. I'll play that stuff.
Yeah.
It's great for access and for finding stuff for sure.
Oh, for sure, definitely.
Yeah.
That's because I got broken into in the late 90s, and I had 400.
Fucking dog! How's that dog? It's annoying.
Oh, it's pissing me off, man. And you know what? It does this at 3 o'clock in the morning. It's not told to shut up. It's not put in the laundry or something. Can you grab our dog, put it inside, take him? Sorry, mate. Just grab Otis, put him inside. Maybe this one will stop barking, eh? Cheers, mate. Yeah. Is there any tours in the on the cards that coming up?
I don't know about big stuff. On Friday, I went up to Brizzy to see Strange Tenants, who I last saw in 1985 at Bombay Rock in Surface. And that was just such a huge night. It was so great. They were amazing. And it was like a time machine. So those gigs where they're the gigs I love to see. I mean, apparently they've been doing albums the whole time. They keep going. I don't know if you remember Strange Tenants and All Nighters and all those bands, but
yeah. I saw the Roxy in Brisbane in the late 80s, I think it was.
Yeah. Yeah, it was an epic night. It was at Trifford. I hadn't been there yet since I've been back, and great room, the great sound, killer PA. Just it was, like I said, a fucking time machine. It was so good. I had such a great night. Had a bit of a dance there on the dance floor and tried not to bang into too many people. But yeah, God. So I don't know. There's a lot healthier here than when I left here in Christmas of '86 to move to Sydney with Asylum. But it's definitely, there's gigs. Vinny's is great. You'd know Vinny's Dive Bar. That's a great little punk gig. We've got Mo's here, which is my local Mo's Desert Clubhouse. That's a bit more big stage, and they have a varied and wide variety of styles of bands come through. It's great there. What else? I don't know. There's a few things, a few pubs and whatnot. Surf clubs have bands.
Yeah.
It's pretty healthy up here though, which is good. Yeah.
Yeah, Vinny's, I heard, is a legend of a place to go see bands.
There's always plenty of good things on there. Good little shitty little 80s kind of punk gig, really. I saw Chris Mazurek there from, legend. He's like one of Australia's most really influential guitar players. And it was like 60 people there. It was incredible. And he had what's his name from the Lime Spiders playing bass. Just skip one. Just forget it. And the drummer from the New Christ playing drums. And it was just, that was just like a bedroom gig with like an all-time legend. I mean, and he just absolutely killed it. He did covers. He did Blue Oyster Cult, fucking Dictators. It was just epic. So there's things, it's happening. It's good up here. It's not. I really miss
living in France, yeah.
Who's that? Mazwak?
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure if he was just back for a bit or.
Last year, I must have been drunk and bought this shirt, but I got it in the mail last year, and it was the Playroom, and it had a picture of the Playroom, and even had their phone number from back then. Yeah. And it was like, what the fuck? I don't even remember buying this thing. I just got it in the mail. And like that, you must have many stories about playing at that place.
Plenty of playing there, but I remember some of the gigs that stand out to me. I was talking about this the other night. Friggin' Pill in '84 when they came. and it was fucking awesome. Like some of the bands that have played there. Geez, the first time I saw X, they opened for Annie Nowhere League, and they blew them off stage. Like X that night, Liam Ryan was absolutely fucking slaying it. Yeah, look, the playroom is just it's just wrong that they pulled that joint down. Same with Cloudland Ballroom in Brizzy. I don't know how these heritage sort of places get pulled down. It's just shocking. Yeah. You know, it's terrible.
I got a best of brick from the playroom when they shut it down. I've still got it.
Yeah. Oh, right. That's cool.
Brick from the band room. And look,
yeah,
we lost the Patch, we lost the Jet Club, we lost Bombay Rock.
Yeah, love the Jet Club.
Yeah,
the Crumb, we played Alley Board Riders. I think it was 86 Alley Board Riders breakup night. Asylum played that night. That was pretty fun and wild. yeah. I pretty much played all those gigs many times. You know.
Oh yeah, and Nobby Surf Club. I'm pretty sure I saw you guys at Nobby Surf Club.
Well, we played Tapatisse's 21st there at the Nobby Surf Club. I don't know when that was, 85 or 86. But the famous surf club one was Surfers, where we played with the Rifles and the Stems and Painters and Dockers, and all those bands were playing at the Surfer Surf Club. That was the one in the like 86, 87 time, 85, 86. Yeah, that was my favourite. But yeah, the vinyl, I've still probably got 40 or 45 copies of the album of this left.
Yep.
So if anyone wants, and there's a big inner sleeve and all that, and there's a couple of stickers and all that jazz.
And guys, it's worth
anyone that sees this and wants a copy, they're $35. I'm starving and poor and got to pay the rent. Send me a message.
Money well spent. It's a fucking great album.
Yeah, thanks, mate. Yeah, I'm happy with it. Yeah, it's good. It's a few ballads on there and the cute track and stuff.
I was a bit taken back because it was just weird because what I knew you from, the music I knew you from, but it just gradually I just started liking it and then fucking loving it, you know. And then when I heard Shit Fuck, that's just my anthem.
Yeah.
Is that about the girl you wrote the new song about?
No. I was only seeing her up here for a few months. No, that's my ex-wife. So I was married for many years, and 17 to be exact. And she always used to go, "Oh, you write songs about other people, and you never." It got to a point where, because I was going along, we were great. I was happy, and so you often don't write. So I'd write songs like the Nigella Lawson one, Lips, Tits, and Great Big Hips, because she came out and she was obviously gorgeous and amazing, and I love cooking shows, and she's the queen, the goddess. So I wrote that song. Anyway, the missus is like, "Oh, you never write songs about me." So, and she had a great rack, so I wrote Tit Fuck about her. also wrote I Love You More Than Van Halen. That's about the ex-wife. Kate Loves the Great. That's a fun one. I wrote that on the ukulele. That's a kind of like a little ukulele pop song. She's a wine addict, so we wrote that one about the addiction to the grape. They're all on the album. I'm still going to send you a copy of this vinyl. So, but they're up on fucking Spotify and iTunes.
Yeah,
as well.
Yeah.
But the album, it's good to have it on vinyl. A lot of those tracks on vinyl. It's great.
Yeah. So I reckon, guys, give it a go. You know, check out a couple of songs on it. But I promise you'll like the album. It's worth buying.
Cool. I just switched on my 1980 Galaxian here that I got.
I was just looking at that. Wow. Has it got Space Invaders as well?
No, I've kept it original. I've had it fucking ever. But this arcade game, I haven't switched this on. This one's got the 40 games from the early 80s on it.
Oh, wow.
But yeah, I love the old games. Bit of fun.
Yeah. So, sorry. So you've
Well, in Soda Racer, in just to jump in on you, with Soda Racer, that I had, the band I had with Phil from Nursery Crimes, we used this in the video. That was interesting because Body Jar were touring. I just went and hung out with Body Jar at their show up at the Cooley pub, and because I was in I was in the You're Not the Same video with them on that day, and we were talking about all that stuff. But yeah, Soda Racer, that was a really good band that. Sadly, that was about 98 to 2001, I think, or 2002. And we haven't been able to get any of that stuff up on digital. Same with the Floor 13, which was an awesome band, but only made the one record. But you can't get it. That's the thing. It's kind of like, how do we get all this stuff up on the fucking out to the world? So one day, I don't know, one day we'll even the Have a Nice Day stuff, which is, I mean, and the demos are amazing. They're way better than the records, but I'd like to get the demos out online so that people could hear what the band, you know, often it's hard to recreate. Way better live, and couldn't get it on record kind of thing. Couldn't make it a different representation. It's hard.
So you've been in Melbourne all these years, and then you moved to the Gold Coast, and the grand final of the footies, Kiss are doing the grand final.
I saw that. Yeah. Yeah. I was lucky enough to do, I did the 2003 one or 2002 it was, with, I was tour managing Killing Heidi, and we did the grand final Brisbane and Collingwood that year. And it was a heap of fun. It was pretty stressful, but it's a great day, grand final day. Thankfully, I was there 2017 for the Mighty Tigers, but Kiss. Look, they should put it out of its misery for mine. I've been a big Kiss fan since the 80s.
Yes,
There's my mate Gene here, me and my mate Gene. But I even worked on with Kings of the Sun. I worked on their supposed big farewell at Carrara here, 2001. It was like, that's it, we're done. This is their last show. I think they were supposed to go back to America and do one more. No, that's 22 years ago, and they're still bleeding it dry. But I'll be watching the granny, so it'll be interesting to see. I'm sure they'll go well. I'm sure it'll go over the top. They'll turn on a big show as they do.
Gods of Thunder, probably.
Yeah, like all their seven up till like Creatures, their albums are unreal. Like I love early Kiss stuff. It's great. It's just taken over as a marketing thing too much, and bit cheeky, just a bit sort of average. Everyone, and I want Ace back. Everyone wants, you know, the original members, but And when I send you that vinyl, I've got a couple of these left too. The Superior Firepower album on CD.
Okay.
I'll send you one of them. I'll send you one of them as well.
Excellent. Cheers, mate. Cheers.
All right.
Have you got anything more you want to say about the new album?
What was that? No, it's good. It's a good record. It's wide and varied. It's not just straight three chords or Ramones sounding. I've always strived to be a little bit. I keep working on things until they don't sound like someone else. Yeah. I try to write in my own style, but still catchy and rock. Sorry?
What's your favorite genre in music?
It's more like what don't you like with me? Because the only music I cannot stand or fathom is fucking dooch, 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 that fucking doof doof. I love jazz, blues and jazz and funk and soul and pop and new wave and metal and hardcore thrash. Like I can get something out of pretty much any type of music with melody, but the fucking beats, it's not my thing. And there's no melody in there. There's no songs really. It's just beats.
Yeah.
And I don't take those sort of drugs. So it's like, well, what's the point? I don't get it.
Right. Yeah.
If you aren't on the right sort of drugs, that stuff's just shit to me.
Yeah.
So I have a very wide palette for music, and that comes through in my wide and varied original material, I think.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
So out of all your solo stuff, what's your favorite song?
Solo stuff, my favourite song. The first one that comes to mind, which it's called "Get Off Your Ass on a Saturday Night," and it was just a slow, rocky, bluesy one about, because often you go out, people get old and they have families and all. That's all wonderful, but people don't seem to go to gigs like they used to. Well, I don't see them. I don't see them at gigs. It's hard for bands to get people to shows as well. There's a lot of stimuli, I realise that, to do other things. Fucking Johnny Boring will just stay home and watch Netflix with his, old girlfriend or whatever. But the song, anyways, it's called "Get Off the Couch on a Saturday Night," and it's growing old is easy, but growing up takes time. I just guess I don't just grow up. I refuse to grow up. So, yeah, that one. That's my favourite.
So you got the opportunity to put together a 5-band gig. What would those 5 bands be? Who would they be?
Well, I don't know. Does that if they're still around? Like, if some of them, like Front End Loader, I don't think they're going anymore. But they're a fucking epic band. That was such a good band. I love Front End Loader. Yeah, I don't know. That's a funny one. I'd have to have a think. That'd be one of them. Aussie bands, Spy vs. Spy. I've been chatting with Craig from Spy vs. Spy, and I'm just done a logo for his new reggae band. Anyway, the Spies used to be unbelievable live. They could just hammer it. They were so good. And of course, the Hate Me Nots. Yeah, from those Sydney days, the Happy Hate Me Nots probably hands down for that pop punky stuff and just intensity. When they had Mick playing drums, wow. Yeah. I'm a drummer, I like drummers. If the band's got a killer drummer, they've already got me. They've won me over. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, yeah, there's plenty. X were just unbelievable.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, so Mark, finally, thank you for the interview. I've really enjoyed it, mate.
No worries, mate. Good on you. Well, I love your passion. Keep at it. And send me the link. I don't know how to find where you're putting this up. Just send me the link, will you?
Yeah, it's on YouTube, Sharing the Dream with Matt, but I'll send that to you.
Oh, yeah. Gotcha. Got it. Good on you.
No worries, Mark. Great to speak to you.
Peace out, hippies. See you, mate.
See you,
Ciao.
Ciao.